Welcome to The Explainer, where today we're breaking down a single event that might have just ignited a new war and honestly could permanently reshape the Middle East. So let's get straight to what we know. This is the headline that's sending absolute shockwaves across the globe. Multiple reports, and this includes Iranian state television, are saying that the supreme leader of Iran, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has been killed. It's a joint U.S.-Israeli attack. It's a moment so many have feared, some have hoped for, and, well, it changes everything. To really wrap your head around just how massive this is, we have to look at not just what happened, but who was targeted. And the first step is really understanding the immense power that the supreme leader holds. Yeah, see, this isn't just another political figure. The supreme leader has the final say on everything in Iran. We're talking the military, the government, the courts, everything. Ayatollah Khamenei has held that power for decades, and his death creates this huge, incredibly dangerous power vacuum. And it all went down so fast. First, we start getting reports of these joint US and Israeli strikes hitting multiple spots all across Iran. Then, we hear about these chaotic scenes coming out of a neighborhood in the capital, Tehran, that got hit directly, and finally, the confirmation. And it comes from the most official source you can get inside the country. Iranian state television announces their supreme leader is dead. The response, it was immediate, and it was powerful. Within just a few hours, Iran launched its own wave of retaliatory attacks, and the conflict just instantly spiraled way beyond Iran's borders. And this right here really shows you the escalation. What started as strikes inside Iran was answered with this massive wave of strikes across the entire region. Iran is making it crystal clear that they're not just going to absorb this attack without a huge response. And when you look at the targets, you can see a pretty clear strategy. Iran's retaliation, it wasn't just limited to military stuff. I mean, sure, US bases were hit, but so were these high-profile civilian sites, including reports of smoke and flames just rising from the luxury Fairmont The Palm Hotel in Dubai. This is exactly how quickly a regional conflict can just blow up. You've got neighboring countries like Qatar, the UAE, and Jordan now directly involved. They're being forced to intercept Iranian missiles that are aimed at US bases on their own soil. Suddenly, their airspace has become a battleground. You know, amid all of these military chess moves, there is a staggering human cost. Iran is reporting that one of the US-Israeli strikes actually hit a school, killing 108 people. That number, it just highlights the devastating impact these attacks are having on civilians who are caught right in the middle of it all. So, as the news of the strike spread like wildfire, the world's reaction has been anything but uniform. In fact, it's been deeply, and I think dangerously, polarized. This simple chart tells the story perfectly. You're seeing two incredibly powerful, simultaneous reactions happening across the globe. On one hand, widespread protests against the military action, and on the other hand, in other places, outright celebration. There is just no middle ground here. And you're seeing this split absolutely everywhere. Protesters have rallied in major American cities against the strikes. At the exact same time, you've got celebrations being reported in the UK, in Spain, and even in parts of the US. And inside Iran itself, amid an internet blackout, sources are describing this weird mix of total panic and, for some, quiet relief. Okay, so all of this brings us to the biggest question. What was the strategy here? Why do this now, and why this target? This action really represents what might be President Trump's biggest foreign policy gamble ever. Right. This is the question on everyone's mind. Was this a calculated move to, decapitate the Iranian regime and spark some kind of change? Or was it just a reckless act that's going to ignite a much, much wider war? So, one line of analysis suggests this is an all-in bet. The goal isn't just to send a message, it's to fundamentally change the regime in Iran. And that is a high-stakes gamble with totally unpredictable consequences for the entire world. But then you've got the flip side of that argument, which is this. From the perspective of the US and Israel, this was a strategic opportunity. It was a moment they believed they just could not afford to miss, despite the immense danger and, let's be honest, the certainty of retaliation. And while all this is unfolding thousands of miles away, the command center for the US is actually in Palm Beach, Florida. That's where President Trump is personally directing the military action, all while he's facing a brand new political battle back home. So with the entire region in chaos, the immediate future is, well, deeply uncertain. Let's break down what we know is happening right now and the huge questions that are still completely unanswered. The fallout is already being felt all over the world. International travel is getting snarled up, with major airlines just avoiding the entire region. On the ground, you're seeing scenes of pure chaos, things like fireballs in the sky over Doha, and politically, the US president now has to somehow manage a potential new war. These are the questions that are defining this entire crisis. The most critical one, obviously, is this. Is the US now officially at war? We also have no idea who's going to fill the power vacuum in Iran, how badly this is going to shock the global economy, or which other nations might get dragged into the fighting. And that brings us to the ultimate question. We are watching events unfold right now that could destabilize the world for years to come. The question isn't just what happens tomorrow, but whether the fundamental map of the Middle East has just been redrawn forever.